Good afternoon and welcome to the Blackstone Valley Ice Arena in Hopedale, Massachusetts. Alongside Rob O'Keefe, I'm Patrick Garrity to bring you today's tilt of the Stoughton Black Knights versus the Milford Scarlet Hawks. This is the back end of a home and home between these two teams, with Milford having taken the first game 3-1. Stoughton still looking for their first win of the season, having trouble finding the offense, and it will not be an easy task going up against the Hawks today. We'll have opening puck drop coming up next. Back now for the first period here between the Knights and the Hawks. Milford looking to build up a win streak here after seeing it snapped by Oliver Ames a couple games ago. Wild in, up off the draw, creating an opportunity for himself, trying to slice through camp though. Takes it to the corner, Wild. Aiden Wild, that is. Loses control of the puck, and Nick Hardy takes it back for the Knights. Gilead off a turnover though. Deacon through a defender. Leaves for the defense. Burns back from injury today. Shot goes wide off the net. Burns again at the point, shot through, goes wide again, but played by the goaltender Rahl. And now controlling Sheehan for the Knights. Knights having a little bit of trouble getting out of their zone here. Oh, that's a tough one to take from Mobilia. He's going right off the ice after getting hit by a Sean Burns shot. Not how you'd like to start your Martin Luther King Day, and he's just teeing up against everybody right now, apparently. A few shots toward the net so far in this first period. It's been all Milford in the first minute of this game. And we got Deadwood on the ice as Mark Sheehan broke his stick on the dump-in. Back the other way comes the Hawks. It's Lynch across the blue line. Lynch plays it in deep, but can't get through the layers, and John Lessel will take it back for Stoughton. In on Ireland, he clears up. Gets cut off there. Burns back behind the net with it. Puck goes off the ref, right to a Stoughton player. And that was Cam Doherty at the point. Now play back to the point again. Shot goes and hits a bunch of bodies in front. And now to the corner. Drew Wild playing on this line with Schuler and Lynch per usual. Clear but not out, kept in by Brancaccio. Brancaccio, one of the top scorers and a defenseman nonetheless for this Knights team. Looks like we have a glove on the ice right now. It's Milford having trouble of their own trying to get out of the zone. Stoughton bringing it here. Wild plays it wisely over to Burns. Burns probably used a little bit of a break here. He's had a long shift to start the game. Burns trying to get out, find Schuler. Schuler up to Wild. He's got Lynch with him, but Wild's gonna try and skate it himself. Wild cutting across in the offensive zone. And a nice tip and a score there. Oh, great play there by Drew Wild, setting up Peter Schuler on the goal. Easy layup.
I was just going to mention that Milford may have wanted to come out with a bit more intensity to start this game. Had a bit of a slow start, stuck in their own end for a while, but there you go. There's the first goal from Wild, who was the Scarlet Hawk of the Week this week, Patrick, if you didn't know.
I didn't.
Yep, the Scarlet Hawk of the Week is given out each week by the new athletic director, Pete Boucher.
Congratulations to Drew Wild on that honor. Now at the point here, off the face-off, play was in the Stoughton end. They were able to fight for it, get it out, and start it back up the other way. Pass unable to connect though, off the stick of Barry Cook. Up ice now is Gilead. Gilead trying to drag past, does. Has some space, cutting in toward the net. Shot goes high and over. Good chance there, and he throws a heavy hit. Taking down Nick Hardy, the sophomore for Stoughton. In on net here, and Ireland fights it off. Behind the net, Lathrop playing it up to Gilead. Gilead looking for options with Hardy on him. Play out now, Stansbury ahead to Lynch. Lynch has got Aiden Wild with him. Lynch shot gets deflected off a stick. Wild with it now in the corner. looking around for some help. Instead, he's getting dogged by the Stoughton defenders. And Stoughton able to carry it out here. It's Adam Potter forcing it ahead just wide of Ireland to his right. Croteau with the puck. Up to Schuler, turned over. Schuler never really had his eye on the puck there. But he's got it back now, coming across center ice and into the offensive zone. Trying to cut in, gets double teamed. Instead picked up by Drew Wild. Wild in the dot. Shot rings off the post. And a chance here. And it looks like we're going to get a hand pass, it looks like. Near miss for Drew Wild there after setting up the first goal. Almost had one of his own. The way he's playing, it looks like it's only a matter of time.
Stoughton's coach is barking at the refs. I guess he was complaining about a mouthpiece being out.
Well, he's got the offensive zone face-off at the very least. That said, Milford's able to clear it out here. Lay it up ahead for Wild, trying to track it down, has to get it in the corner. Looking for his options, centering attempt, goes off some sticks. Kept in by Croteau. Croteau, a little chip pass. Back toward Wild. Wild calms it down. Bounces in toward the slot where it's taken back by Stoughton, but a good play by Gilliott keeps it in the zone.
Yeah. Gilliott is a master of the pickpocket.
There, yeah, I agree.
Sneak up behind you and lift your stick and just take the puck. I've seen him do it many times this season. Deceptive
work there. Gilliott in the corner with it, looking for center attempts, trying to dance through a check. Has the player all over him. That's Jared Brancaccio.
Yeah,
and they're getting really wrapped up in it. Now we have a penalty being called here as Brancaccio and Gilliott get completely wrapped up in each other and start putting arms around one another.
Yeah, Gilliott was taking shots up high. I don't know why he should not be going alone. I guess the ref missed that, but
does appear to be the case.
He was just defending himself at that point. That's a missed call by the ref. Both should be going.
So Stoughton catches a break here, down 1-0 with 9:44 to go. They'll go on the power play for the first time this afternoon. Puck cleared down the ice here by Milford, and a good start to the penalty kill for them. DiStefano plays it back to his defensive partner, Brancaccio, and now skated up ice by Mark Sheehan. Sheehan fought hard all the way by Aiden Wild, who creates the turnover and pushes it back to Sean Burns. Burns trying to collect the puck. Attempt at clearing, doesn't get out though. Kept in by Jero Brancaccio. Shot there, good save by Ireland. Taking out the pad. Brancaccio over to Sheehan. Sheehan at the hash marks, into the circle, shots. Good save there by Ireland, gobbling that one up.
Croteau's taken on two Stoughton Knights in front of the net all by himself. A lot of positioning going on there. And on that save by Ireland, Croteau bailed him out. Got that rebound right out of there quick.
Quick passing from Stoughton ended up leading to a turnover. Yeah, that's good positioning there for Milford, and they were able to clear it, forcing Stoughton to start back up again. Dumping attempt cut off by Croteau. Put it to Schuler at the blue line, trying to get it out, can't. Walked in, shot, and that one goes wide. That was Adam Potter Jr. And unable to keep this one is Brancaccio. He's forced to chase. Back together, though, is Cam Doherty. Schuler in on the forecheck. Over to Brancaccio. Back to Doherty. Doherty chips it up and out of the zone, and taken back by Milford as they play a little bit of catch between the teams. Wild, good interception here, takes a hit, keeps going. But it is Stoughton coming back the other way now. John Lessa looking to fight off Schuler's check. Good effort from his belly, centering attempt for Ryan McSweeney, but a little behind him. Puck back in on Ireland. He covers up at the side of the net with 7:43 to go. So what started as a lopsided looking contest for the first minute has turned out a little even so far. Stoughton apparently hungry for that first win of the season. And now Mobilia back in the game after taking a shot in the first minute off of his skate. Good to see him back on the ice. Mobilia in the circle, shot gets deflected behind the net. Gilliott, fresh out of the box now. Wild, nice one-hand attempt, gets it through to Gilliott. Gilliott trying to sidestep again. Lots of little moves from Gilliott so far in this game.
Hey, Gilliott's not the biggest player on the ice, but he's real tough against the boards. Oh!
Shot toward off the glove and in the net, and there's no goal there. That's obviously off Mobilia's glove.
He tried to follow it up with the stick, but
close.
Couldn't get there quick enough.
Close attempt.
Good display of the hand-eye coordination.
And nice heady play being right around the net, too. Creating the opportunity for himself, but not to be on that one. Third line out for Milford now. Balzerini, Chase, and Spiegelman. One back by Balzerini. And dumped in, we have icing here. And as past him, not connect.
Stoughton definitely came to play today. You could see in the first game that we weren't able to tape, but they stayed in the game 3-1 versus Milford for that first game of these two matches during the week. So you know they can play with Milford. It's just a matter of executing and scoring. They have trouble with.
Milford currently 6-2 on the season, looking to earn their 7th win. And Stoughton's had some good layers so far. They've really helped limit Milford's chances overall. Here's another chance though for Milford. Good kick out there by Rawl. One-time attempt, Burns shot goes just wide. He was calling for that one. Think he's hungry for one? And now here's going to be a chance. And it's going to be Oviedo, correction. And he ends up whiffing on the puck. Just missing a really good opportunity to get this game tied up.
Well, you hear the footsteps of Burns.
He took his eye off the puck for 1 second, misfired. Now tip back the other way. Good play there by Croto. Sidestepping is Wild. Wild coming into the zone. He's got a man with him at Schuler. 2-on-3. Schuler looking to get to it. Burns keeps it in the zone, but ends up passing it right back out, looking for Croto, but missing him. I don't think Croto was expecting that one just yet. Tip pass out and collected by Mark Sheehan. Sheehan pulls up, looking for a man. Another whiff on the puck, and Schuler is going to recollect this one. He might have a 2-on-1 opportunity here. He sends ahead for Wild. Wild looking for his options, finds Schuler, shot, and goes just wide. It's tough to tell whether he would have had Rawl beat on that one, but it was a close play, and Schuler just fired it wide.
Yeah, there's a rare break for Stoughton. Croto usually is really good at keeping those pucks inside the blue line, and it just happened to hop over his skate.
Offensive zone faceoff for Milford here. They win it behind the net. Schuler looking for a centering attempt. Can't get it through, though. And taken back the other way by the Knights. And Schuler gets some stick work in there from behind, and he's going to get called for a trip on this one.
Not sure why they, oh, it was offsides, okay.
He took down John Lessa on that play.
I was going to ask why they blew the whistle, but Schuler pushed the Stoughton player over the blue line before the puck was there.
So Stoughton back to the power play. Again, looking to tie this one up, still down 1-0. Trying to keep it at the blue line, able to. Mobilia trying to get a little burst of speed ahead to the defender. He's in. Mobilia shot goes just wide. Good job by Rawl fighting down that angle. Back the other way come the Knights, pulling up over the line is Sheehan. He takes a hit, but leaves it off to Stefano's attempt toward the net goes just wide of Ireland. Mobilia steals the puck and sends it right back down the river. Milford's going to get a change here. Sheehan again with the puck, trying to get past Wild. He does. Leaves it back for another man. That was McSweeney. Played around the net and sent out of the zone. And now taken here by Gilliat. Gilliat's gotten a one-on-one trying to deep pass, but a good stick there from Brancaccio. He leads the rush up ice. Brancaccio, nice move trying to power through the net. Cut off with good stick work from Croteau. Brancaccio back to the point. Doherty to the corner. Now behind the net, going for the puck is Adam Potter. And able to clear is Milford. 8 seconds to go on the power play. It's just about over now.
Nice job by Tony Mobilia coming in on defense for the penalty kill. Being smart, throwing it against the boards, get it out.
Absolutely. Lessa offside as he took a hit from Schuler too. Good back and forth in this first period so far. And relatively clean play on top of that. Because if there's anything that we've learned, it's respect. Trying to chase into the zone here is Oviedo. I keep messing that name up all afternoon. Oviedo behind the net fighting Croteau. Lynch trying to support. Fights it to the point, kept him by Owen Doherty. And Croteau lays it up ahead for Schuler. Schuler's trying to get some speed. Leaves out for Wild. Wild. Oh! How did he miss that one? He had a wide open net, just couldn't pull the trigger. Chance here, slow attempt in on net and saved there by Rawl. Good pressure from Milford here, looking to expand this lead. Schuler back to the point. Mobilia down low, finds Wild. Wild leaves off for Schuler. Everybody looks kind of tired out there right now. Puck just kind of bouncing off of sticks. Stoughton recollects and able to send it right back down the ice as they obtain the red line and dump it in.
Yeah, it looked like Wild just lost the puck for a split second.
Schuler kicks to himself. He's had a long shift, and Wild drew that as just over the line. So offsides here with 2:11 to go.
So at the post and a misplay on the puck for Wild. He really should have 2 goals at this point.
After a quick start to the game, about 2.5 minutes in, no scoring since. Dumped in by Stansbury and kept in by Mobilia. Stoughton with the puck now. It's Sheehan. Sheehan trying to clear, can't get past Mobilia.
Mobilia stopping pucks with his hands, with his skates. He should think about maybe being the backup goalie.
He's got it again. He puts it right into the corner, lays it in there for Gilliat. Gilliat behind the net, trying to find center attempt. Instead, elects to go back to the point. Lathrop over Stansbury down low. Center attempt there.
Yeah, he had Gilliat on the other side.
Gilliat handled the puck, leaves it for Mobilia. Mobilia back to the point. Lathrop keeps in, sends it right into the slot where it's handled by Wild. Wild over to Mobilia. His shot gets blocked by Brancaccio. Stansbury, good keep in there. Gilliat trying to help, but Stoughton chips it out, and it's a little bit of a race here. You see Ryan McSweeney pumping those legs, trying to get to the puck, but unable to, as he's beat by Milford. Gilliat tips it ahead, but taken back by Stoughton. Was delayed offsides there, and now Milford's just gonna go for the change. As Stoughton controls in their own end with now just under a minute to go. Laid up ahead and dumped in by Potter. Ireland settles it down with a stick. Lathrop trying to clear, kept in there around the circles by Hardy. And put up ahead for Drew Wild. Drew Wild trying to gain some speed along the outside. Has Schuler in front, centering attempt goes off Rawl, and he covers that one up.
See if Schuler can beat the buzzer again, like he did versus Attleboro a couple of games ago.
He'll get that opportunity right now. Out there with Lynch and Wild. Shot toward the net and just wide by Lynch. Along the near boards here. Croteau has Burns. Burns quick release and into a sea of players and able to somehow snag it. Was Rawl diving out and getting it with the glove.
Yeah, Rawl is a real mobile, aggressive goalie. He does not mind challenging the shot.
Good intensity in net there for Stoughton. 16 seconds to go. Offensive zone draw won by Milford. Wild shot off a stick and into the netting. And looks like we'll have another face-off here.
Need a puck first.
You only brought one puck? Off the draw, Stoughton has the puck, trying to chip it out, and successfully to end the period was John Lessa. A good effort from both teams in the first period. Good back and forth action and lots of clean play. And it's Milford with the 1-0 lead so far after one. We'll be back for second period action. Welcome back to Hopedale, everybody. Back for second period action now between Milford and Stoughton, with Milford already up 1-0. Off the faceoff, Burns back in his own zone, trying to fight off two Stoughton players, including Adam Potter. Stoughton gets it back to the point. Shot flutters through the corner. Gillia having trouble locating the puck at his feet. And Croto comes in to help. Playing some D-to-D catch with Burns. Croto now up ice. Has his man, it's Aiden Wild. Wild fights through a check. Unable to stick with the puck though. Gilliat takes it back, loses control. And Stoughton able to clear on the effort from Potter. Down ice, and we have an icing here. Just a little bit too much on that one. Milford gets the benefit of having an offensive zone draw coming up here. Kind of a quiet affair today for a matinee game, although I suppose those are typical. Most of the building is still half asleep, including half of this broadcast team. He's waking up though.
Hot cocoa.
The hot cocoa rejuvenates. Burns fakes the tee up and hands it over to Croto. His shot goes wide. Wild with the puck, trying to leave it out front for Schuler. A little backdoor play, unable to find him though. Center attempt doesn't get through. Left off of Burns. His shot is a rocket that goes just wide of his own player. Close call there for Schuler, as he was almost the latest casualty. Center attempt here. Oh, what a chance there. Great fight off by Rawl in net. On the great attempt in the slot from Lynch. That was a nice play by Wild in the corner, finding a man through traffic like that. Second line out for Milford now. Mobilia trying to help win the draw. He does. Mobilia twisting with it behind the net, trying to squirm through a defender. Gets stapled off the puck by DeStefano. Aiden Wild uses his body nicely in A-frames, but only temporarily until Stoughton gets the puck back and comes back the other way. It was Donnie Foley on the play there. Here's a chance, and unable to get the stick on it was Barry Cook. It's a really tough opportunity there to have to pass up. Gilliatt's shot rings the iron. Just to the left of Rawl. Ooh, good chance there for Milford to extend the lead, and just barely missing by a matter of inches.
That's 2 posts tonight for Milford. And if they don't start burying some of these, it's going to be a long day, because Stoughton can clearly skate with Milford, and they can also bring the physicality. So if Milford doesn't start burying some of these opportunities soon, it's going to come back to bite them.
Still 1-0. Off the draw. Milford looking to clear up and out. Chip pass just behind Schuler. And now back up the other way. Stoughton coming with it. Cut off by Wild. Wild takes it back, hands off to Burns. Burns looking for his options, tries to put it through a player, can't get it through him though. That was John Lessa for Stoughton. Chippy stick work along the boards has been the case for a lot of this game, really. Good attempt here from Wild. He's fought his way in. Good sprawling save there from Rawl.
It's almost an own goal.
Drew Wild with the puck again. Wild twisting, finds a man open. It's Lynch unable to control the pass just a little bit in his skates. Lynch throws it toward the net, and that one goes wide. Wraparound attempt here. Foiled though by the side of the net. Looks like Wild just didn't have enough of a radius on that one.
Great keep by Schuler.
Wild back to the point along the line, but then out of the zone. A little bit of a tough pass to handle from Croteau. Croteau, almost a bad turnover there, but he recovers, saves his own bacon. Almost turning it over right to Adam Potter.
Yeah, a few uncharacteristic misplays by Croteau today.
There's some sleepiness in the building. Wild getting all sorts of opportunities at the side of the net. Shot there, gloved down by Rawl with 10:55 to go.
Yeah, you know me, Patrick. I'm not a fan of these matinee games, and it doesn't look like Milford is either.
A sluggish pace so far in the second period after a little bit of back and forth. Good action in the first. Time for both teams to really dig deep. Start connecting on more passes. Behind the net. And behind Gilead as well, taken back by Stoughton. Good seal off there by Aiden Wild, but out of the zone already. Lathrop will take it, chip it back ahead for Wild. Aiden Wild trying to get across the line, and Milford tries to hold. A good job by Mobilia, delaying until it could be dumped in. Gilead at the side of the net, shot goes just wide, trying to beat Rawl down low. Now Mobilia on the end board, centering an attempt toward the slot. Looking for Gilead, couldn't find him. Keeps it in though, at the blue line. As we said, Mobilia's been all over the place this game. Back to the point, Stansbury shot through traffic. Tip attempt from Wild, shot in his
the third post.
Another one going off the post, nice and clean. Good shot through traffic from Wild, but just more bad luck for Milford so far. They still lead at 1-0 though. Wild has it. His shot gets deflected down. Shot from Mobilia. Glove by Rawl. Snared it.
He brought his glove today.
Milford with some good play there in the last sequence. First line comes back out for the Hawks. Lynch on the draw against Sheehan. Won by Lynch. Shot from Mobilia at the point, kind of flutters through and goes wide of the net. D for Stoughton. And up to Donnie Foley. Foley's got a man with him, but gets his pocket picked by Drew Wild. And Schuler and Lynch will head back the other way. Lynch, wide shot right into the gut. And held in the glove there by Ethan Rawl. He's been on his game today.
Yeah, you'd like to see Lynch shoot that a little bit lower so you can get a rebound off the pads for Schuler. You're coming in wide like that, that's what you want to do. They've tested Rawls' glove. They know he's good on that side, so you might as well shoot at the pads.
The only one to get past Rawl so far was just a layup of an attempt as the pass got by him and left an open man for Milford. Otherwise, he's got them playing honest.
Well, the posts have kept him honest, too.
Part of that's good positioning, though, Rob. Typically speaking, at least. Then half of everything else in life is just luck. Shot here by Lynch from a tough angle, swallowed up by Rawl.
Trying to find the puck in his equipment.
can't seem to find it.
It's in there somewhere. You got to find it because it might come out in another play. So
I don't know how many more pucks they have with them today.
much like the, we might have to.
It's getting a little invasive.
It's reminiscent of the NHL game a couple weeks ago. I forget who the player was, but took them a while to find the puck. There we go, in his pads.
Captured by Drew DiStefano for Stoughton for the sake of this game. Rawle really gobbled that one up. Third line out now for Milford. Chase trying to play back to the point. Ends up getting picked by Potter. Potter leads ahead. And now it's getting ahead of Stoughton as they dump in. Trying to track it down as Hardy against Burns. Hardy has the puck. Burns, rather, check that. Stansbury. I don't know how I mistook those two. A little bit of a size difference there. Cut up by Chase. Here's an attempt for him. Oh, the puck just hopped over a stick as he tried to shoot it. He had a great chance there. And Rawle on top of that one.
Something going on this end of the ice. Seems like players can't get a handle on the puck and they keep whiffing on their shots.
Has been frequent so far this afternoon. Icing here. Stoughton throwing it just down the ice off the face-off. And they'll have to do it all over again. Mobilia, Gilliott, and Aiden Wild out for Milford. Off the draw taken back by Brancaccio. Showing some good skating moves this game. Burns unable to keep it in though. Ryan Chipman creating some havoc amongst the top pairing for Milford as he's in on the forecheck for Stoughton. Laid ahead for Gilliott. Gilliott's got Aiden Wild with him, but he's gonna drift behind. Gilliott behind the net. Facing off against a couple men left behind and taken back by Stoughton. Thrown down there and a good check by Wild. Fighting for the puck is Barry Cook on the far end there. Wild trying to toe drag through. Leaves off for Gilliott. Gilliott fights through toward the net and stick to the corner by Rawle. Burns tees up a shot. That one goes just wide. And taken back by Croteau. Croteau down low for Nick Mobilia. Croteau over to Burns. Burns looking for another chance. Low shot there, saved by Rawle. Good zone time here for Milford as they control some of this play. Looking like a man advantage.
Yeah, great cycling here. They're getting the triangles that they need in the offensive zone.
Shot fought off by Rawle and unable to get another stick on it there was Wild. And Stoughton's able to skate back the other way. Sheehan down the left wing behind the net. Looking for options. Sheehan pulls up, shot gets deflected. Looks like it went off Gilliott's stick. Puck flipped up and not out of the zone just yet, though. Croteau and Gilliott fighting along the boards. Now Croteau comes out with it. He's going to lead the rush up. Lays it ahead for Mobilia. Mobilia shot low and fought off nicely again by Rawle.
Yeah, nice save.
Burns is shot from the point. Good save there and cleared away by the defender. Helping clear any danger.
Croteau and Burns are going to need a shift change soon.
Burns with it. Dangerously through three Stoughton players. Managed to get by him, but it is going to get called for icing.
No, might as well. They desperately needed a change there. They were tired.
So back to the right of Brian Ireland. And we whistle on a false start here, it looks like. Lynch against Lessa on the draw. Lynch helps win it back to Stansbury. Stansbury dekes around. Looked like he took a little bit of a hook, but the refs say play on, and they do. Drew Wiles' shot kicked out by Rawl. Schuler with the puck. Schuler finds a man at the point. It's Stansbury. Stansbury's shot gets through.
Nice traffic in front.
And just misses the left post. Center attempt here from Lynch. Nothing doing. And again, another partial call. Kind of missed, or maybe just calling it incidental. Nonetheless, leaving it back is Wild. Stansbury throws it back behind the net. Rolls dangerously out front, and taking that one in is Ethan Rawl.
As the game goes on, Rawl seems to get a bit stronger.
This season, his goals against average of 5.23, so well below that today so far. Doing a good job keeping this Milford offense in check. And as mentioned before, having a little bit of help from his friends, the right and left post.
Siegfried and Roy.
If that's what their names are.
It's a movie reference.
Shot wide there from Stoughton and laid ahead for Schuler. Schuler takes a good body check there from Ryan McSweeney. Schuler causing havoc behind the net, trying to create a turnover, but sticking with it is Drew DiStefano. Off Milford body, that was Wild. And now they control on defense. Tony Mobilia being haunted though by Mark Sheehan. Left ahead and started back up the other way. Out of the zone, and there's a good hit, and he's going to get called for that one, actually. Tony Mobilia, they're going to call him for a hit from behind. Didn't look terribly dangerous.
It was a good read, but should have came in on him on a better angle.
So once more, Stoughton will go back to the power play, as they've had the majority of the chances so far in this game, but have been unable to cash in. Dumped down by Milford, and a good way again to start the kill. Brancaccio plays it around the boards to DiStefano. DiStefano meets it. He's got Wild on him, goes off his stick. Ryan McSweeney throws it toward the net, but blocked down by Croteau. Here's a chance for Wild. He lays it in ahead for himself. Going up against Brancaccio. Brancaccio did a pretty good job of staying off, and it looks like they're going to call Wild on that check.
Not sure what they're calling him for. He was trying to skate by the flailing person on the ice.
Shot high, well over the net there from Stoughton. On the chance by Potter. Stoughton still with control of this puck. Put to the point. Here's a chance. Brancaccio's shot. Blocked. Kept in though, just barely. Laid to the near side here. Shot is gobbled up by Ireland.
Great save by Ireland.
Right into the chest, and he held it right against with that glove. And so we'll have a short two-man advantage here for Stoughton. 23 seconds.
I'd really like to know what the justification for that call is.
Mobilia versus Sheen on the draw. Sheen wins it. Back to the point. Good start here for Stoughton. Exactly what they needed was that face-off win. Now they're able to set up. Shot just wide, and that's going to be trouble as it caroms all the way out of the zone. 10 seconds to go on the two-man advantage. Led ahead. Shot here from Potter, and Ireland has that one easy. Going into the butterfly.
Great play by Mobilia to go way out and challenge the break-in from Stoughton. It took a couple of seconds off the clock. Off the end of that 5-on-3.
Mobilia and Sheen. Sheen wins the draw again. DiStefano over to Brancaccio. Brancaccio, his shot. Fought off. by Ireland there. Now behind the net is Stoughton. Sheehan with it to Brancaccio, back to Sheehan. Sheehan shooting through traffic, and Ireland somehow has that one. The puck was bouncing around there, and he managed to come up with it. Stoughton really fighting hard here to get on the board.
It's just really odd to see Milford with such a lackluster start to the game. Didn't really have a lot of pop in their step, and it's causing Stoughton to find their way back into this.
Stoughton, you can see, playing with more and more confidence as the second period's gone on. Mobilia trips. Sheehan back to the point, back to Sheehan. Pass goes back to Brancaccio. To Stefano, his shot sticked aside by Ireland. Burns, good clear attempt, and now 15 seconds remain. Stoughton's gonna have to hurry to get another opportunity on this power play, make anything from it. Puck gets whipped upon, and instead of Lexington to take it forward is Brancaccio. Proto now looking to find a man who was hanging. That was Wild, and the defender gets in the way of that one, but Lynch leaves it off. Wild going toward the slot looking for a chance. Wild deking in, stick back to the point. Burns is shot through traffic, and that one goes wide off a body. Proto, another chance through traffic. That one goes behind the net. Burns over to recover on the other end. Throws it toward the net, gets deflected. Oh, and just wide to Drew Wild. He almost had an open net yawning for him, but the puck was out of his reach. Proto shot toward at the feet of Lynch. He didn't even know it, though. He had an open net as well. Kick save there by Rawl. Trying to get out of the zone, but unable to. Burns' shot goes wide of the net. Proto again to meet the puck. Lynch looking for Burns. He's going to get this one out of his reach, but he tracks it down. Down low, Wild. Drew centering attempt, looking for Schuler, and looks like it bounced off a sticker or maybe even the net. Shot wide there by Crodo. Milford now taking it to Stoughton. Shot and a save by Rawl, and he lunges out to cover that one. Milford with a good answer there for the play that had been being taken to them over the past few minutes. Good response, and now about 20 seconds left in the period. Just looking to close this one out. Maybe hopefully add a little insurance goal here at the end. Oh, a tip attempt there from Mobilia. Crafty little play there, and it goes just wide. 6 seconds now, looking to skate to safety is Sheehan. Sheehan put on the afterburners, but I don't think he's going to get a shot off here as the horn sounds. What started off as a really slow period and looking really tiresome between both teams ended up evolving into a little back and forth domination. Stoughton first, and then Milford, strong play to carry out the period, but still only 1-0 as both teams continue to search for goals heading into the third period. We'll be back with that action next. We are back now for third period action between Milford and Stoughton. A 1-0 goaltenders duel so far. Gilliat carrying across the offensive line. Checked off the puck nicely, but kept in by Wild. Wild looking for Mobilia at the side of the net. He's got him, and he just missed it. Oh, and what a save there by Rawl with the paddle. Mobilia cannot believe it.
I can't either. He had it the second round.
You saw the whole play developing.
What a save.
Ethan Rawl playing out of his mind today and having some fortunate luck alongside of that. But it all goes hand in hand. Croto at the blue line, looking to keep it in, rather check that's Burns. Now met by Croto. Off the boards has Gilliat. Gilliat just tips it on into the zone. Cam Doherty trying to chip it back out. Again with the attempt, cut off by Gilliat. Now Stoughton skating back up ice and just thrown down the ice by Nick Hardy. And icing there.
Love to see the replay on that save.
Well, you'll be able to when you edit this later. Lynch wins the draw. Wild leaves off for kind of nobody, has to track it down himself. Wild shot off a defender. Good check on Wild. His shot toward the net gets deflected. Stansbury looking to get through there. Puck back to Ireland. He's going to play it over for Lathrop. Kept in shot and gloved easily after tipping up to himself by Ireland. Stoughton, despite their record, have really come out here and escaped their tails off today. Backed by some solid goaltending. They're still in this one, but it's been the same story as it has been all season for them, with just a lack of offense. Oh, tough play there. Falling down was Lathrop. And fortunate recovering there for him was Wild. Stansbury with the puck. D to Lathrop. Lathrop off the boards, out of the zone, just ahead of Schuler. To Stefano Brancaccio. Brancaccio loses it to Wild. Stansbury again with it. Lots of play in the neutral zone here early on. And this one off the goaltender, Ireland, so no icing here. Stoughton in the neutral zone decided to just chip it right back in. Drew Wild still on the ice. Been a little bit of a long shift for him, but he's still skating ahead with as much power and vigor as before. Stoughton off the boards, a little too hard, and icing here. About 2.5 minutes gone in the third period. Milford trying to hold on and win their second straight game overall and against this team. Mobilia unable to win the draw. Dumped off the glass, but not out. Burns keeps it in. Shot right at Raw, and he's able to get right on top of that one again. Being very aggressive at the top of his crease, diving out and making life difficult. Not very particularly big in stature, but he plays big. Wild shot kicked aside by Rawl. Mobilia behind the net loses it to Doherty. Doherty loses it. Aiden Wild fighting hard for the puck, using his size. Fighting with Doherty. Good stick lift there by Gilliott.
Yep, that's a stick lift to Gilliott again.
And kept in at the point by Burns, but only momentarily. Turned over, Adam Potter's gonna skate this one, and oh, there's a hip check there from Burns.
That's a trip, he stuck his leg out. He tripped him.
Hard to see from this angle, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Can't do that.
Apparently not, as he winds up in the box. So here we go again, another power play for Stoughton. They win the draw. And Wild helps force it out just over the blue line.
If Burns was going for the hip check, but that skater with the puck was ahead of him, so all he could do is throw his leg out. Tried to sell it, but the ref wasn't buying it.
Shifty moves there from Mark Sheehan as he cut toward the slot and got a good shot off on Ireland. Ireland went up to the task. Wild gets sealed off by 3 defenders there, and Sheehan's got the puck again. Sheehan looking for a man, ends up finding Wild. Wild tips it ahead to himself. He's got one man to beat. It's Brancaccio. Wild in, and a good play there by Rawl. Out to cut down the angle and take away the space from Drew Wild.
That's the aggressiveness of Rawl. He's a small goalie, but he's mobile.
Has a good burst off the line too, you can see. Stoughton having a lot of trouble on this power play. Great penalty killing for the Hawks. Shot goes just wide of the net. Wild testing Rawls again.
Not exactly sure of the exact number of shorthanded goals for Wild has this season, but I know it's up there. At least 3, I believe he has this season.
Dangerous player in all situations. And they're moving this face-off just outside the zone here. Mobilia again can't win the draw, but with some help from Aiden Wild, able to do so. He spanks it back down the rink, and only about 13 seconds left to go on this penalty kill now from Milford. They've done a great job tonight killing off all their penalties. Mobilia with a great back check, able to pick the pocket.
Learned that from Gilliott.
Flipped out of the zone here by Croto. Power play is over. Stoughton continues to be 0 for. Mobilia back to the D. Thrown ahead. Kind of unwisely there by Stansbury, but fortunately no icing as it hit a Stoughton player. Up ahead, kept in by Aiden Wild. Wild looking to get around a defender, Ernesto Oviedo. Now Chipman battling along with Croto. Croto trying to maintain the puck here. Doherty in to help there. Croto down deep for a defenseman, fought off a shot from really tough angle there. Burns laying the body through, but the puck gets by. Shot here, good kick save, and that was a nice low shot there from Mercaccio.
Nice backup by Mobilia. Puck got by Burns. That would have been a 2-on-1 break if Mobilia wasn't back there.
Oh, and there's a big hit from Gillies. He stepped up to knock down that man. Burns in the corner. Mobilia into support. He takes the puck. Mobilia skating with it. Goes up the boards and just out of the zone. Heading off a couple bodies there. Mobilia recollects it. He's got Wild with him trying to force a pass across. But a good job on defense by Brancaccio.
Yeah, the defenseman is posted up there waiting for that pass.
And Brancaccio not happy with himself after that play.
Nice shift from Mobilia.
He's had a relatively strong game other than just missing out on that opportunity at the side of the net. Something that we're still trying to figure out how stayed out. Schuler behind the net, center attempt right through the legs of Lynch. He was tied up in front nicely by Owen Doherty. Potter looking ahead, banks it up off the wall and met by Lathrop. Delayed offside here. Stansbury with the puck, looking for options.
You got to take advantage of those delayed offsides.
Wild left it behind and then back to Wild. Little catch with Griffin Lynch, shot toward the, and another big save there by Rawls. Puck bouncing in the crease and he manages to stick with it.
It's like a tiny Tim Thomas out there.
Face-off won by Milford. Shot from the point from Burns right into the glove. Nice clear path for Rawls there. You can see that one coming from a mile away.
Yeah, no traffic in front.
Another face-off to Rawls' left, rather right. Lynch head on the draw, center attempt for Schuler. Can't find him. Wild has it. Wild fights through a check. Center attempt for Schuler in a crowd of players there. As you see Stoughton's team collapsing on defense inward. And now the Knights able to get out of the zone. 7:29 to go in the third period. We have an icing call here. And the faceoff's gonna come back in Brian Ireland's zone.
I thought I hit a stick before the blue line.
The ref says no. Balzerini trying to win the draw, unable to though. Third line out there for Milford with a big shift here. Spiegelman off his stick. And Chase forced to recollect in the neutral zone. Plays over for Burns. Burns dumps in off a player and quickly back out the other way. Croteau hard off the boards. Right back to Stoughton. Oviedo tracked down from behind by Chase, and back the other way comes Croteau leading the rush up, trying to fight through, ends up getting dropped off for Spiegelman. Spiegelman trying to find Croteau at the front of the net, but can never get that pass through. Oviedo for Sheehan. Sheehan's got some room to work with, trying to get past Burns. Sheehan's chance, and he just lost control of the puck right at the end there. Just ran out of space, it looked like. Hard off a body, Spiegelman with Balzerini. A little bit of confusion there. And Chase in to help out. He dumps it in, but off a player again. Stoughton shutting down lanes left and right here. And now carrying up ahead. Backhanded attempt just wide of the net from McSweeney. As Stoughton starts to feel a little more desperation as we wind down under 6 minutes to go here in the game. And Stoughton trails this one 1-0. Mobilia, one-on-one, deking through, looking to protect that puck. Fought to the corner nicely by Brancaccio. Behind the net with it, Mobilia, Brancaccio on him again, laying the body down. Gilliott with a little flip play off of Brancaccio's back. Shot from Lathrop through, gets deflected, and a good save there. Puck is still loose in the slot, and somehow that was not in the net. Looks like it was
wow.
there. Oh, what a save from Rawl! Keeping his team in this one. Shot on another save from Rawl. He's not sure where that puck is, but ends up finding it now. Here's another chance. That one goes into the other corner. Stoughton looking just to ice the puck and get it out. Unfortunately enough for them, Lathrop can't hold it in at the blue line. Chance after chance.
This has got to be the game of Rawls' life right here. He's had about 40 shots put on him tonight. He's stopped everything except one.
Icing here for Stoughton. But wow, how that puck stayed out. It looked like it was right on the line at the post, kind of trapped against it. Still 1-0 Milford. They are getting quite the challenge this afternoon. Fighting bad bounces and lots of posts. Puck sprayed to the corner by Croteau. Kept in again. Thrown toward the net. Kick save there from Rawl. Schuler chips past the defenseman Doherty. And Lynch first to the puck there. Wild with a man on him. Center attempt finds Lynch. Lynch shot and a good save by Rawl, bursting off the line again.
Yeah, Rawl coming way out. Knew he was going to see the shot. Challenge a shooter. Great play.
Rawl, really great game today. Face-off one by Milford. Croteau shot off
Another
the
post.
iron. That one looks like it might have hit a body
4.
or a stick in front. But another post hit by Milford. Wild cycling toward the front in the slot. His shot gets deflected. Drew Wild behind the net again, looking for options. Center attempt. Schuler tips it high and wide. Schuler with the puck now. Behind the net. No support, and taking it back the other way, it became Doherty. Doherty checked from behind by Schuler, and he's going to get called for that one. 3:50 to go. And the most important power play of the afternoon coming up for Stoughton.
That's unfortunate. The first line had some really good stuff going.
So Mobilia will lead off this penalty kill as he wins the draw. Thrown behind the net and not out, kept in by Doherty. Aiden Wild with it. Losing control though. Center attempt here. And things getting a little bit dicey. Fortunately, Mobilia able to clear the puck.
Yeah, he's got to clear that deeper though.
And offside here for Stoughton with 1:05 to go in their power play. Face off just outside the Milford defensive zone. Burns has this one, tries to play it ahead, but ends up losing it to Sheehan. Sheehan trying to gain some speed now to the outside, working Wild. Now going behind the net, trying to outrace everybody. Sheehan with the puck, has a man at the point. That shot gets deflected. Oh, and a really good chance there. Ends up going high over the bar.
It's a great tip.
Really nice deflection there with the stick. Still lots of time to work with on this power play for Stoughton. That said, they have to take the draw out of the zone because it went off their own man. DeStefano trying to play it up, can't though. Brancaccio with it. Brancaccio trying to lay it ahead. He does. Sharon with it. And fought off by Wild. Aiden Wild able to clear the zone. Milford's going to go for a line change. 2:45 to go here in the third period. One could say that Ethan Rawls really been the star of this game. Shot here from Brancaccio. Fought off with the blocker by Ireland. Nice job there. Lynch lays it ahead. 5 seconds to go on the penalty kill. Wild using some speed, trying to get through. And a goal! DeStefano collided with his goaltender, Rawls, taking him out of the play. A hard hit. Good to see that Rawls okay on the play, but Milford finally gets through on a speedy effort from Drew Wild, and he finally is able to solve Ethan Rawls today.
He gets a well-deserved hug from Croteau. Croteau playing massive minutes tonight, trying to keep Milford in this game. And Rawls' aggressiveness was a little bit too much on that play.
2-0 for Milford, and it looks like they may have just sealed up their second straight win over Stoughton. Lynch over the line, shot off Doherty's body. Cam Doherty behind the net, challenged by Lynch and Schuler. Schuler with it, trying to get toward the front of the net, leaves it off for Lynch. Lynch back to the point for Croteau. Burns calling for it, instead Croteau lets go back to Lynch. Lynch skating at the tops of the circles, leaves off for Burns. Burns looking for a low shot, ends up hitting Rawls. Good save there. Behind the net, trying to center it, was Wild again. Goes back to Burns. Burns shot off a body. That was Cam Doherty blocking that one. Another clearing attempt kept in by Croteau. Wild leaves off for Burns. Burns throws toward into some feet. Shot there, and couldn't tell if it was saved or shot wide. But the main thing is that it wasn't in the net. Wild to the side of the net, looking for Gilliat. Back to Wild again. Shot goes off the side of the net. We're under a minute to go here in the game. And Milford just finishing out by taking it to Stoughton. Chance for Croteau, good save there. Just a nice stand-up save, looking like vintage Martin Brodeur. Shot off the side of the net here. We're under 30 seconds to go now. Milford still with the play in Stoughton's end. Gilliat, side of the net, taking behind, loses control, and is just cleared out. And it'll be handled by Ireland, no icing.
Yeah, it looks like that last goal took all the wind out of Stoughton's sails, and they just kind of gave up on that shift. Let Milford do whatever they wanted to. But roll was still pretty strong.
Stoughton with a really great effort here today, but still not enough to get by Milford on the strength of 2 goals from the first line. Drew Wild getting 2 points tonight, including the all-important insurance goal at the end there. Ethan Rawl with an incredible effort in net today. Really can't say enough about him. If you watch this replay, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
It was fun to watch roll tonight. Today, I should say, and part of the reason this is such a low-scoring game is it was a day game. That's what I'll tack it up to. So
it's hockey science.
Yep.
As the teams line up to shake hands. We're going to be signing off here for Milford TV and Rob O'Keefe. I'm Patrick Garapi. It's been fun to bring you this one. A 2-0 matinee win over Stoughton in the second game of a home-and-home, which they swept. Milford improves to 7-2 on the season, and they look toward the next opponent. We'll see everybody next time.